Hello everyone, welcome to the Millennial Mum Show, and I'm your host Tolu, aka the Millennial Mum. So today we're going to be going into the show and talking about how to be a millennial mom, being a millennial mom, and living life daily as a millennial mom. Before we go into that, we're going to talk about millennials, who a millennial is. Everyone talks about, oh, millennial mom, millennial woman, millennial parenting, but who is a millennial? A millennial is anyone that was born between the year 1981 to 1986. Some people beg to differ. They say, oh, it's on or before or after that. But yes, that's what we're going to be going with on the show today. I told you earlier, I have a guest with me, an amazing guest, an amazing mom, and an amazing friend. When we come back after the break, we'll be talking to our guest on the show. Welcome back. As I said earlier, I have a guest with me, a mom right here, a millennial mom, and we're going to be discussing the nitty-gritty of being a millennial mom. So I have here with me the amazing Ifeyinwa Amore, my amazing best friend. I know it feels weird saying best friend to some people, but I have a best friend, and this is my best friend. I've known Ifeyinwa for like 15 years or more, and I just felt like she was the perfect millennial mom for me to bring on here to come and share her story, her thoughts. And to be honest, I feel like this is going to be more of a like conversation between both of us as millennial moms and how we can also reach out to other millennial moms. So let me cut my story short. Ify, over to you, please. Let's meet you on the show.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Ify. I'm Tolu's best friend. I am a millennial mom.
Yes, she is.
And a millennial mom, as she said earlier, are people born between the year 1981 to 1996.
Yeah.
Which we fall into.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And what's your idea of a millennial mom? I feel a millennial mom is intelligent, confident, knows what she wants, goes for what she wants, is able to learn from her mistakes, and is very inspirational, inspires everyone around her. So what's your take on being a millennial mom?
I agree with you 100% because when I was thinking of starting the Millennial Mum Show, I was thinking of my life as a whole, and I think about my mom and the relationship we have and how the way she brought us up and the way I am bringing up my kids. When I think of a millennial woman, I just think of a tech-savvy woman. I think of that woman that when she gets pregnant, she goes to, what's that app?
Baby Center.
Baby Center. That's the Baby Center mom that just goes there and find out information. Google is the millennial mom's grandparent.
Absolutely.
Like, something's wrong with your child. I know Google is the worst place to go to, but am I guilty? Is it just me?
No, it's not just you, it's everybody.
Yeah, you just go to Google like, this girl is running slow. What am I going to do? You go to Google like, a millennial woman is tech savvy. She knows what she wants. And sometimes she might not have it all, but I'm very sure a lot of millennial women around me know what they want. They always go for it. And best of all, they understand that life is not perfect.
Yeah.
Because I think for our parents, there was always this, you have to, being a woman, you have to do a lot and also sacrifice a lot. I don't think a millennial woman sees things like that. I stand corrected.
No,
because
they don't.
We're ready to sacrifice, but I don't think we're ready to sacrifice at our own detriment.
Lose ourselves.
Yeah, because you see a lot of things about self-care going on these days, and you're like, where did that come from? Because I never hear my mom talk about self-care.
Self what?
You see on Sunday, she go out to go and get her hair done, and that's about it. Sunday is the only self-care day that I see that my mom observed. What about you? Am I right?
Yeah, you're very right. My mom is a retired nurse, and well, she couldn't like do her nails and all that because she's a nurse, but Sundays were her days, really. On Sundays, she's eating what she wants, she's drinking what she wants, she's making her hair. She always has to make her hair.
Nurse's hair always on point. And
yeah,
you put that
little cap on your hair, it looks so cool. Yeah, so Sundays has always been like most of our mom's own chill time. But we with our own background, our own millennial mom age now, any day can be self-care day.
Girl,
every day is self-love day.
Every day. Because even like considering what's been going on, right, the whole pandemic, a lot of women have realized the need to actually take self-care more seriously.
Yes.
Like, it's like, okay, I can't just dedicate one day, even in the evening. I just want to have time to myself.
Even if it's just for 30 minutes
exactly.
a day. It doesn't have to be like the whole day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I tend to see that a lot. So I think the millennial woman understands herself a lot. A lot. I don't know if our parents were in the same place, if they understood their self, but they were just like, I'm a woman, I'm not meant to have all these things. But I'm a woman and I'm entitled to these things. I deserve these things. I think that's what it is.
And then they did not live in the age of social media.
Well, do you think it's just social media? Do you think it's just social media?
Well, it's a huge part of it, and that's why we said we go to Google to seek out ideas.
I feel it's more of technology. I know a lot of things go on social media, but I don't even think I get a lot of my self-care tips from social media.
No, when I say social media, I do not mean like being on Instagram morning till night. But I'm saying
like the things we'll learn.
The things we'll learn on Twitter. The things we'll learn via Google. The things we'll learn in mommy groups.
Yeah, mommy groups.
Mommy groups.
Do you have any mommy groups that you join?
I don't have a mommy group, but I have friends who I can
Mommy
friends who I can always run to and call on and say, oh, look, I feel this way, or I don't know what to do about this, and they all will brainstorm together and come through. A mommy group would be nice, though.
Really?
Yes.
Really? You really want to join a mommy group?
That would be so nice.
I've met the Millennial Mom page on social media, on Instagram especially. I realized that I've met a lot of moms on there. And I'm most fascinated by one of the moms. She's a stay-at-home mom. I love her. I love her because she owns it with her whole chest. Like,
what's the point of hiding it?
There's some people that, they happen to find themselves in that stay-at-home mom space.
It's a good space.
It's a good space, but it's I like when she doesn't do any other thing. Okay. I have a lot of stay-at-home mom friends that do other stuff. They're entrepreneurs.
Like
me. Yes. I don't look at you as a stay-at-home mom because you're working, you're creating content, you're selling, vendors coming in. This person is just a stay-at-home mom. I love her. I appreciate it. I can't do it. Like, I can't. I can't do it.
Well, that brings me to asking you a couple of questions. You've had a career in, you're a lawyer.
Yes, I am.
You've had a career in entertainment, in retail, in digital marketing. What made you start up the Millennial Mom?
I think it's almost like the perfect question for me because you already pointed out that I've been through different phases of employment and work, and that's actually what inspired me to actually put myself out there. And so I felt like it would be great to have a platform whereby women, moms, it's open to men as well. You can always learn a thing or two, so you know how to, relate with your wife better. And I also want to use this opportunity to point out that this is a safe haven. Like, real people, you're married, you're divorced, you're separated. Like, every mom is welcome here. Like, you can always come here, learn, share ideas. We're going to be opening up platforms whereby people can always, send in their stories and talk about how they feel and things that are bugging them. So I feel it was my reach out mode. Like, I felt like I needed to reach out to other moms. So having said that, we're also going to, one of the reasons why the show also started is to be able to find the balance between millennial parenting and being raised by baby boomers. When we come back, we're going to be talking about that in more details. Thank you. Welcome back. So before we went on the short break, we were discussing parenting. We were discussing parenting between baby boomers and, if you don't know who baby boomers are, our parents, our very own parents, millennial parents, and how we as millennials are actually bringing up our children now. So over to you, Ify. I know this is a very funny question because everybody has their reservation. We're grateful, we love our parents, but something we feel like, or maybe they should have done better, and maybe, I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
Okay. First of all, I think the major difference between how we were raised and how we're raising our kids is in terms of discipline.
Okay.
I think we're a little bit more lax. We are more of our kids' friends.
Absolutely.
We are friends with our kids, so we're not as strict as our parents used to be, or we're not as strict as our parents were. We're more tolerable.
Yes, yes.
We have a higher threshold of accepting a lot of things that these kids throw at us.
Like, I want your phone. Can I use your phone?
We try to be their friends, not as much as we keep a very thin. There's a very thin line anyway between friendship and crossing boundaries. Absolutely. When it comes to parenting. But we know where to draw the line. We know how far they can push and what limits we can allow ourselves to be pushed back. Yes, and then of course another major difference is the internet. Our parents didn't have the internet when we're growing up.
It's what this parents has done or as they've seen. It's like, oh, okay, yes. That's the, or what they saw, how they were brought up was the norm.
That's the thing. There's no play-by book of rule for we millennials. We are learning on the job.
Because we don't want to do what
we grew up seeing. Yeah, and we don't have. There's no word of marble for us. So we are putting up our own rules. We are playing by our own rules, and I think it's paying off.
It is.
I think it's paying off.
It is.
Because now our kids can tell us stuff we couldn't tell our parents.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Because we're scared of them. That's one. And then, like I said, we have the internet. We can check up on our kids. We can be at work and call home. Our parents didn't have the luxury of doing that. They've gone to work. They've gone to work.
When they come back,
they've left us in the hands of God. And they keep it like, oh, God takes care of children. They are fine. True. But we don't want to take chances. We are making calls.
Millennials don't take chances. Yeah.
We are on our children's CCTV is there.
Some people are watching their kids
on the school's WhatsApp group. We are all active.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So the internet plays a very big role. And then we have our kids here who handle our phones even better than
we do.
I'm telling you, I have a 3-year-old and there is no app
that he
cannot navigate around. There is no make-up phone my 3-year-old cannot navigate around. There is no game on Play Store that he cannot download and learn to play by himself. So, and our parents didn't have that opportunity, So I think it's basically the internet.
Okay, for me, my thoughts with regards to how we were brought up and how we're bringing up our children now, for me is I wish there was less gender-based roles. Like growing up, fair enough. We were just girls in my house, so we did literally everything. This is weird, but I remember there was a time in my house that we had issues with our tank upstairs, and it was just us girls at home with my dad. My dad's, old, and my mom was really worried. It was kind of very worrisome, to be honest. So we just got a ladder. It was high up, but I climbed and I went upstairs to go and wash the tank because I'm like, what are we going to be doing here with this dirty tank, waiting for, some guy? And I think my mom must have called some person that was taking the piss, and I'm like, let's just get this thing done. So I climbed upstairs, I went to do it. It was not a problem, but you see some houses and they're like, oh, your brother is in the sitting room, like you come and cook. And my boy now is more interested in the kitchen. I know he's still a little boy, but he comes and he goes, Mom, are you making tomato sauce? Let me turn the blender for you. Let me maybe get onions. My girl is not really, a kitchen person, but I would teach her how to cook. But I don't think I'm going to be like, oh, you need to cook to be able to feed your husband. Like, no. And that happened a lot with us when we were growing up, because I had to consciously, stop my mom when we're talking about this. Like, they go, is that what you're going to do to your husband? So I'm like, leave this husband matter. I know you are really pressed about this husband matter, but it would happen. We will cook. We would find a balance. But don't make this life skill of learning how to cook being about me going to cook for my husband. And I feel like that's one of the things that they could have done better, because there's so many young girls that probably found themselves in places because they thought it was the normal thing, and probably went to do football, and their mom would have been like, what are you looking for in that place? Why are you playing ball? Do you understand? Come and play with your teddy and stuff like that. That's the only thing for me, because these days you see that we open our eyes to see beyond gender. Like, oh, this is my female child or girl child and she should do it. No, but I said it's my child. Like, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? Like, whatever you want to do, you can. Even if you want to be the president, you want to play football, you want to sing, like,
do anything, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, the world is your canvas. Like, have a ball. Like me, I enjoyed myself, and I don't want anything less for you guys. Like, I know it sounds weird, but I have actually had like different phases of my life, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And I feel like that is how we should always bring up our children. So
Okay,
that's that.
it makes a lot of sense.
So I'm going to go into the business aspect of it, being an entrepreneur, and how you balance that with being a millennial mom and your parenting. Because I know that having a business in Nigeria is
It's tough.
it's tough.
Yeah.
And then, you know, motherhood itself, how do you balance both?
Okay. First off, I wasn't always an entrepreneur. You know, I
Yes,
used to
yes,
work.
yes. You know, really, I call you, I'm saying, how's it going? How's business going?
Yeah, I used to work, being a customer service expert, and then I got pregnant. I was at work one night. I was bleeding, almost having a miscarriage. And my husband said, "You're not going back to work. I'm sorry." Because it took us, you know now, it took us 5 years to have this child. So
I know.
You're not going back to work. And then after I put to bed, I was like, so I can't just sit home.
What am I going to do?
What am I going to do? I can't just sit home and watch DSTV all day, you know. And so I decided to start a business, which is going very well, thank you. And yes, it's tough balancing business and motherhood because I work from home.
And everybody thinks you have
And
free
everybody
time.
thinks I'm lounging.
Yes.
Everybody thinks, oh, she's working from home, she's not facing traffic, so I'm not, no, I'm working very hard. Because I have to be my own content creator, I have to be my own accountant, I have to be my own banker, I have to be my own customer service personnel, doing everything for myself, doing everything on my own. And then having this little child who is, oh, mommy, I want this, mommy, I want to drink Ribena, mommy, I want to poo, mommy, can I touch your phone? Can I watch
your work phone?
My work phone, you know, my work phone.
Your work phone.
Mommy, can I watch Coco Melon? Mommy, I want to read my numbers. And then we have homework.
And homeschooling.
And homeschooling because of the pandemic. We had homeschooling. And then, of course, the house has to be tip-top. And I have a husband to cater to as well. Exactly. And I need me time. I need self-care. So it's tough balancing the two, but yeah, we've been able to do so far. My son gets older, wiser every day, so that helps me. I just give him something to get distracted. Okay, go and call her. Mommy has to work now. So sometimes he was like, mommy, go and sell your market. Take your phone, go and sell your market. I'm like, thank you.
You know, they understand.
They understand because he knows I work from home. Like when I was coming here today, he told me, where are you going? I said, I'm going for a meeting. He was like, are you going to your office? I said, yes. Like, but you work from home. And I'm like, yes, but they have to meet people outside. You know, so.
When we come back, we're going to go into another side of it, which is going to be the nitty-gritty of the other side of parenting, as I call it, millennial parenting, as I call it. So we'll take a short break and we'll be back shortly. Thank you. Welcome back. So as I said earlier, we are going to be talking about the other side of millennial parenting. Yes, other side. I call it the other side because I feel like it's the most important bit of being a parent. I'm not quite sure if a lot of parents out there, our parents, explored this early enough or did more than they should have, but we are going to be going into sex education.
And that
with
brings,
children.
I wanted to ask you, we both have young kids under 6.
Yes.
Yeah. So what do you think is the ideal age to start sex education? What do you think? Okay, so this is very interesting for me because I don't think I really got the proper sex education. I got a bit in school, but I don't feel like I got enough because I know how it was discussed with me, like, oh, don't go near a guy. If you go near a guy, you get pregnant. And I'm like, okay. So these days we see a lot of things going on. You know, a lot of things that we as mothers don't even want to talk about. Yeah. But you know, the harsh truth about it is that these things have been ongoing. It was just never amplified. Yes. You know, now we have social media, and then there are some pages that actually even give you the chance to come anonymous and talk about how you feel, and you check some stories today and you're like, oh my God, there's a lot of things going on behind closed doors. So I feel millennials have picked up on that, and then they're like, no, this can't be me, this wouldn't happen to me. Or a lot of us actually got
some of the bad side of it as well. And they're like, no, I'm going to do better with my kids because I started very early for my kids. Now it's even so instilled in him, like it goes to my parents' space and like when it's going to the toilet, like, Mama, don't touch my penis. And my mom is like, what do you know? I'm like,
He knows.
What do you mean what does he know?
He knows.
You know, I can't remember when it was, but I know when I'm wearing his diaper, I say it to him. And you know, kids, they grow up knowing this and they just know. And my daughter, when I had a store, a supermarket, I take my girl to my store and I realized that she didn't understand that it's not everybody not everybody's your uncle. Because somebody comes in and they go, no, this is not your uncle. You don't hug this person like this. You don't get too close. And I was grateful that I could actually understand. Because then this person comes, she hugs them, or this person is like sitting down, then she goes too close. I was worried. So there was a borderline between, should I take her out? Should I stop taking her out? And I'm like, no, I'm not going to stop taking her out.
She has to learn.
Yeah, I'm going to take her out and teach her boundaries. Don't touch this person. Don't let this person touch you. And that was where it started off for my girl, because I was like, even the teaching, then there were practical steps towards ensuring that you know what is the right thing. Like there's so many people that come around. Okay, the perfect example. My family friend came in and they were talking about I used him as an example, like, you know, Uncle D, you can, and now it's almost like Uncle D is almost like a predator now. Uncle D cannot touch me here. Uncle D, I'm like, no, it's not Uncle D. You know, you don't let people. Do you understand?
Not just
so
Uncle D.
it started from wearing diapers to teaching them their body parts for me.
Yeah. I think that's fine because it's really never too early.
Yes.
We have
in
people
this time
who prey on kids as young as 6 months, so it's never too early.
Yes.
Once they begin to understand when they're being stories are horrible, then they should learn. We should teach them. We should do better.
Yes,
better than our parents did.
I'm sure our parents too. They were oblivious to a lot of things.
But one can't be too careful.
Yeah, especially with kids. You know, there's a lot of emotions flying around. But sometimes knowledge is very powerful.
Yes.
When you instill that knowledge in them and they know that this person is doing the wrong thing to me. It's almost like
it would be hard to take advantage of.
Yes, and it's like, okay, you know, the predators, I feel like they try it once, and if you say don't tell your mommy, and then they can cower and not say anything, that's their. So once you just come and say, oh, mommy, this person told me, like, okay. So I really hope that we will be able to instill like also a culture of, you know, relationship with our children. As much as we teach them, we should also be able to imbibe a relationship where they are able to talk to us.
We being their friends and not them being scared of us.
It
goes a long way.
Talking about sexual predators and everything, it gets me a bit proud of. So I'm going to turn it down a little bit and talk about being single. What do you miss most about being single and being parents, like being a millennial mom? What do you miss?
Okay, let's not use being single. Being without a child. And then having a child. It's a totally different world. There are two extremes.
I know.
When it was just my husband and I, we could go where we want to go. We could eat what we want to eat.
Just up and leave.
We could just
travel,
get up and go. Without thinking, we could just, okay, let's go here. Okay, let's sleep there. Let's not come back. Okay, let's eat this. We can even drink Gary. Let's drink, you know, let's just, but now, you can't even go to the toilet
without being followed.
Mommy, I want to follow you.
I know.
Mommy, where are you going?
Are you done? How far? It's like, okay.
Ask me, please, I want privacy. But I'm outside. I'm waiting for you. And, you know, you cannot even drink water.
And drop the cup.
And without being followed.
No.
I have a shadow.
Okay.
My forever sidekick. Yes, aside from the flexibility of being able to do what I want to do, though it's times two the worry. When there is a child involved,
absolutely,
everything has to be the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You cannot afford to make some mistakes that are going to be very grave. You cannot afford to say some things that, you have to be careful about what you say in front of them.
Because they pick up things so quickly.
Fast, yes. Then, okay, we've talked about flexibility of movement. We've talked about being cautious. Oh God, the internet. In as much as I love the internet, it's another drawback with what the kids can access.
True.
So my phone has to be, there are some apps I cannot download. There are some things I have put passwords on that they cannot open. So my phone is not even mine anymore. I have to condition it to suit.
Baby friendly.
Exactly, to make it baby friendly. To make it baby friendly. What have you missed?
For me, to be honest, I think I enjoy motherhood for every aspect that it comes. But the truth about it is that sometimes I wish I could have like a break, like have a little,
just 24 hours.
Yeah, and have a little dose of not being a mom. But the truth about motherhood is that you're not going anywhere.
It's a full-time job. It's not ending. It's not ending soon, because even when the kids are 40 and we are 60, my mom still worries
about me.
Yes, we keep calling them, how are you? Are you guys okay? How is your family? The grandkids didn't call.
My mom still worries about me till date, and I'm thinking, okay, this thing never stops. So I think that's what I miss most, being just able to just be Tolu and not Tolu the mom, and not Tolu, you know, the wife, and it's just being Tolu, and I can just lay on my bed all day and just like not do anything. Even if my mom comes like, oh, you're not going to do anything today, I'm like, no. But that is like impossible in my way. Except even if I take holidays, I still worry about my kids. Like I call, I want to do video call, I want to see how they are faring and all that. So I think I miss it, but I still love being a mom. So I think that's that for me and being a millennial mom. So,
but one thing we don't miss though is, in as much as it's 3 times the trouble, it's 3 times the love.
I know, the love is always intense. Like my boy gives the most amazing hugs and kisses, and you know, sometimes I'm like so overwhelmed, and then he comes to me, it's like, how are you? Are you okay? And I'm just like, hey, nobody's going to do this for me. Because even if my husband says this to me, he doesn't say with that innocent love.
You know, when I was coming today, I was like, oh, mommy, you look like a pretty girl.
Do you see?
You dressed up, because he's always seeing me with home clothes on. And then I'm like, oh, you look like a pretty girl.
Do you know, they make it so, they give you that.
Worth it.
It's 100 times worth it. It's what, that's why sometimes I think about this, I'm like, like, would you, maybe because I had a great time, like being my single, transitioning to being a mom, I had a nice time. So I don't really miss being single. I'm trying to look at like, would I do this differently? I'm like, nah, I like it. I love it. I really love it.
Being a mom.
You know, seeing it, it's great and rewarding. So it's actually been an amazing time with you, Ify. Thank you so much. I don't think I would have picked any other person to discuss this with.
Thank you for having me.
Like, I love having conversations with Ify. I'm sure you love having her on the show as well. And then till we come your way next time, I just want to drop a nugget for you mamas out there. I love you. I genuinely love you, and don't stop being who you are. Like, don't ever apologize for the way you parent. You can be flexible, you can actually make adjustments, but please do not apologize. Nobody's going to understand your parenting like you. So don't apologize. Being a Nigerian mom is hard. Being a Nigerian millennial mom is hard. So do you have fun and keep being the super millennial mom that you are. Till we come your way next time, it's me, Tolu, the millennial mom.